G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_Gaming for another Dokkan Battle video. So for today's video we literally just got the EZA details for the STR Super Vegeta. We've got some translations on Twitter, but before we start I just wanted to quickly run over what he currently does because he's probably not a unit that you've used all too recently. So starting off with his leader skill, you've got the Mastered Evolution Pure Saiyans 3 key, 130% HP and then the 170 attack and defense. That'll likely get buffed up to the full 170. For his super attack, he's got immense damage and all attacks become crits, so makes it pretty easy with this guy's hidden potential build. And then for his passive, we've got the attack and defense 150%, plus an additional 50% when performing a super, and an additional 50% attack and defense within receiving an attack. Stun enemies attacked by the character's super attack. So got the guaranteed stun in there, as I'm sure you all remember. And then we've got the active skill where Vegeta gets 5 key and 50% attack for one turn, and it gets activated when HP is 50% or more starting from the 5th turn, or when the character receives an attack one or more times, and when there is an enemy whose name includes Cell. So keeping that in mind as to what we already have for him, shout out to Minato here. He's got the translations for us, so he generally pumps these out, so go give him a follow on Twitter if you're keen on keeping up with that sort of stuff. And what we'll look at is those EZA details. So as I mentioned, his leader skill does go to 3 key, 170% attack and defense and HP, so yeah, as sort of predicted. His super attack effect now becomes raised defense for one turn, so that is new. He then also causes immense damage to the enemy with guaranteed crits. So the defense is really good because likely you would have already built him with additional attacks because he does get that crit, so really plays into the hidden potential build that you probably already got there. For his passive skill, we get the key +2 and attack and defense +200. So that is a 50% increase from the pre-EZA, so that's definitely good. Yeah, extra stats are always fire. We got guards, all attacks for 5 turns from first appearance, so that is completely new. That's going to really help with his ability to take those hits to get that extra attack and defense. So he then gets an additional 100% attack and defense when performing a super. If we scroll back to over here, that was just 50% previously, so we've got an extra 50% in there. So he also gets plus an additional 50% attack and defense up to 100% with each super attack performed. So if he gets that double super on the first turn, you will have him fully built up in that regard. You also get an additional attack and defense 50% within the same turn after receiving an attack. So that was as it was, plus an additional attack and defense 50% and guards or attacks, and launches an additional super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack when there is an enemy whose name includes Cell. So that one's pretty specific, but look at that, you've got the guaranteed additional, means an extra raise your defense. It is going to help you get that build up with the 2 supers, and yeah, he's going to be putting up some insane numbers, I think, this Vegeta. And then he's still got the fact that he stuns the enemy that he does attack. So still going to be really good for SBR in that stage. Yeah, with that style of effect. So then moving on, I have got up, shout out to Halvard. He does a lot of calculations, or they do a lot of calculations for these style of units. They get their EZAs. So you can see here we've got, that's the stats from links, but this is what I was trying to get up. So straight off the bat, as you can see, started turn defense 198k, which definitely isn't all too crazy. But his defense post super 645k, and then if you get that double super, jumps up to 953k. Add in the fact that he has that guard for that early 5 turns, that's going to be pretty fire. After receiving an attack, so maybe if you're going up against an AoE, you can see with one super we jump up to 775k, and then if you get the double super, that is 1.1 mil with guard, which is pretty fire. And then you add in the fact that you can get that full build up too. So start of turn, you're at 695, one super, 900k, an additional super, up to 1.1 mil. Then you got even more if you are going up like a Cell Max or something. Starter turn is 810k, then a million, then pretty much 1.3 million, and then 1.54 million. Add in the fact if you're getting that guard, that's pretty insane. Add in some 40% support there, and you can see him jump up if you get that really lucky turn with the triple super to 1.7 million. So that's obviously some really, really good numbers there. Whoops, clicked the wrong way. And you can see here that that is having our links active with the 6 of them. So Prepare for Battle, Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Saiyan Pride, Prodigies, and Fierce Battle. From those links, you do get 75% attack, 5% defense, 3 key, and then enemy's defense minus 10%. And that is if you are linking him with the TEQ Super Saiyan Vegeta who just released. So I think that will be an awesome combo to run. Obviously, the TEQ Super Saiyan Vegeta you'll be able to lock in at as a slot 1 unit. This guy I probably still wouldn't be using as a slot 2 unit. It does mean you are going to be losing out on a bit of extra attack boost from not having received an attack first. But I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, you're definitely just going to be wanting to get this guy his super attacks before he is getting hit. So let me know your thoughts on the Vegeta down below. I think he's going to be pretty fun to use. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content. And hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.